Welcome to Finn Dorset's Institute for Livestock Replication. This is a cute incremental game I came across. I think it's probably one of the most graphically beautiful games we ever seen. The art style is incredible. I think it's recharge. There's a lot of upgrades. We're gonna go through them all little by little, but basically we just press this big button. This ray beam duplicates the sheep, and then the sheep generates some wool, and we end up selling that wool here. Like, yeah, we have a little guy on a bike. He can carry, I don't know how much cargo he can carry, but we just do it, and there's upgrades on the side. The way we're gonna structure this, I believe this first video we might target like $1 million. In the next video we might target like 1 billion, I guess. And then at the end we're gonna target the end game, which the numbers just get insane. And it's actually, the end game is where I have most of my drawbacks, really. I think that's where we have some of the issues with this game, but we're gonna get to that when we get to that. Right now we're just gonna enjoy our time. We're getting paid. We have 20 kilograms of wool, 125 kilograms of storage. The bike carries 50 kilograms at a time, so if we sell now, it empties the whole thing. We are getting a better recharge on this button. It costs money every time we recharge. So yeah, how much money we have? We have $3, and we gotta wait for the cargo bike to finish its ride. I believe it's coming back now, and I guess we sell it $23. So all right, we were just rushing a little bit, and I gotta slow my roll. It's costing $4 per sheep, not a bad deal. And yeah, this is kind of what's going on right now. Let's see some of the upgrades. We can get an extra paddock, which I guess is gonna expand upon our space. I do love how there's an actual, why I love this game, it's because there's an actual like animation for every time you get new sheep, something new. We can see the little bike guy drive around. I'll show you as soon as he comes back. He's about to be on his way back. We're gonna see him here any second. And I promise you, the more things you get, the more things you'll see across this world. It's truly incredible how much detail has been put into this kind of stuff. We'll see it with every upgrade. The recharge button, even faster, doesn't matter because we don't have the money for it, really. I think I want the cargo guy to start carrying 75 kilograms instead of 50. Not that that's been an issue, but I think it will become an issue as soon as we start to have more sheep on the farm. So let's just, okay, we need cash, so let's just quick sell. Okay, so we get the money immediately as we sell it. And all right, pretty good. We're gonna basically spend all 40 bucks, and by the time he's back, I imagine, oh, we can get an auto sell technology as soon as he come. How much money? 60? I think we're gonna buy it. I think we're gonna buy it. This is where the idler starts. Idler part of the game starts. We don't have to sell anymore. Oh, we got some money. I see. He's buying. How did we get with the pennies? I don't know how we got to with 91 cents. Maybe it's because he sold everything, and it maybe was the math wasn't mathing. I don't know. So we can get an extra paddock. We can get goose technology. There's gonna be a goose who clicks the button for us every 3.5 seconds. Interesting, and I think that's his image. Let's make the bike a little bit better. Oh, we can have 2 bikes now. So now we have 275 kilo. Effectively, we just doubled our carrying capacity. Extra wool sack. What does this mean? Oh, we get extra storage. Oh, and you see, we got extra storage. There's more bags added. Also, we can click on this guy. He kind of like, I imagine this is Finn Dorset, but actually the name Finn Dorset's Institute for Livestock Replication. Finn Dorset is a type of sheep. There's automatic saves. Never had an issue. Extra wool sack. Wool for sale wooden sign. It's gonna sell stuff for a higher price. That seems like a good deal. We can actually get it right now. So let's get it. Increase the amount of money we get. 150 kilograms of storage. I guess I'll spam a little bit more sheep just so they kind of get their money going. Interesting. A little bird. There's a little bird. I don't know where we are. It seems to be Earth, but it's also very alien looking. Maybe it's a tint of green that makes me feel like that. So we can also get a clone tower modification, reduce clone cost. So it's going to cost only $3 instead of $4. That's not a bad idea. I I could be okay with that, but I think I'm gonna get a little bit extra storage. And yes, let's get the button slightly faster, so I don't have to wait as much. We are getting to the point where it might be too. Yeah, we might be getting to the point where I might just not be able to click enough with all the wool and bikes that we're getting. Oh, how much would it cost if I want a new bike? $400. That's cheaper than raising the cargo to 100 kilograms per bike. They're kind of hand in hand, honestly. It's not that different of a price, I think. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's not. Let's get a little bit cheaper clone price. That's a pretty big discount from what is it, $4 to $3. That's a good discount. I'm looking for that one. And I think we're reaching what 90% storage. I think a new bike would go a long way for us. Maybe in the next thing. Oh, we can have a maximum of 100 sheep. I see now. It says our max up there. So we're about to basically be at capacity here with the sheep, and the extra paddock would be a good acquisition. We have $400, so you know what? Let's get first a bike because that's been like a pressing issue. This number's getting up there very quickly. What is that? What the fuck was that? Are these hawks? What are they doing? Okay, we had to upgrade security. They will attempt to destroy a sheep. They took 4 sheep, 6 sheep. What the hell? Scarecrow technology. We need $400 to make that work. It is only 6 sheep, but 6 times 3, that's $18. I mean, it's high losses. Yeah, I would agree. So you know what? Let's get a scarecrow. Scarecrows can be deployed. Thank you. More wool stacks, more storage. I don't think the recharge button is super necessary right now. Maybe the extra paddock first. Let's prioritize that one. But what the hell? Okay, so the scarecrow repels up to 5 scarecrow. That one scarecrow repels up to 5 hawks. That's not bad. Okay, the cargo goes up. Oh, I should have saved for that one actually. So okay, they're getting scared. They're not stealing my sheep anymore. We've been holding up. But like if you only repel 5 and there's 7 hawks, I don't know how long we're gonna be safe for, right? Is that me? I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned. Right now they're getting scared. They're not attacking, but I don't super love it. All right, let's start expanding. We can have up to 120 sheep. This one's going to give us 36 more sheep space. All right, these paddocks are quite small. They're a bit on the small side, but are they? Is it? No, damn. They stole one at least. I think it shows up here occasionally when they steal it. But I think I could have sworn I saw one getting stolen. Oh, look at that. You can see the bikes in the background again. Like, that's the kind of attention to detail that I... Like, this space thing, he's just there. I don't know what he does, but it's probably related to some of these upgrades. We can get another paddock. Why not these two? I don't know, but... We're upgrading. More wool sacks. Yeah, we're basically maxing out the storage. In fact, a new cargo bike would be a good idea. How much money? It needs 525. So it's something. It might be a little bit on the pricey end, but we are just managing to get by. Yeah. What if I instead looked for a better price on my wool? Maybe not now. Let's get a bike. And these hawks, they're gonna be annoying, it looks like. Yeah. Interesting. Let's get like what was it, a goose? Yeah, a space goose. So I guess we are in space, given that we have a space goose. And this little guy is gonna click for us. It seems to be affect the clone button speed every time, but at least I don't have to worry about that. I get to focus on other things a little bit. The wool storage, the money. We are $500 and this 800 we can get a bit of an upgrade. Why don't we get a 4th paddock? Let's get a 4th one. Okay, and this will be the 5th one, I imagine. Let's it tends to show up a little bit. Oh, and we can upgrade a space goose. For $1,000 we can get a 2nd goose. So this one makes our existing goose better. It clicks about every 3 seconds instead of every 3.5 seconds. And if we have more space geese, they're going to be better like that. Interesting enough, I think if I spam this and the click was not refreshed, he might, yeah, I think it's a no clone because it was a, how do I say it? It was like still charged down by the time he clicked. Oh, we get leaflets. Now we get $1.50 per wool. That's a good price, I would say. $900. All right. This should get the whole lot. That'll be good. That should be a good deal. How much? What else could we spend our stuff for? The butter, not necessarily. It's just me and little space goose. The space goose is fine. He doesn't need to get that much better. Like if I really wanted more sheep, I could click and get it this way. In fact, let's just do it. I think it's gonna be fine. How much we can get up to 204. And you know what? Let's get the whole thing. 300 sheep. 300 sheep on a beautiful lot. Let's get a little bit of extra speed so we can click faster. Another scarecrow would be something I'm looking at actually. I think the Hawks number has been scaling with the number of sheep we have, and I don't really want these guys to steal my sheep. So $800. Maybe that's what we're gonna aim for. The space goose, he's kind of chill. I think the space goose is just good enough to avoid kind of be like a net zero from the Hawks stealing our stuff. Look at that. Yeah, you see they're starting to steal them again. So let's get another scarecrow. I want the extra scarecrow. Ludicrous speed or extra wool or slightly better goose guy. How much does it cost to get you a buddy? 1,000? That's kind of pricey. I mean, we're kind of nearing that point, but at this point, the sheep is not necessarily costing much, but we're doing okay. Even better speed, sure thing. Are we filling up the whole thing? 300? I think, there we go, 300. Near instant recharge, more wool sacks. You know what? Oh, we are at max storage. So either a bike, yeah, all bikes will go from 100 to 150 kilograms. That's a really big upgrade. How much is it? 1,200, and we are like $200 away, $150 away. I think I'll wait for that one instead of getting a new bike right away. Yeah, let's get all 4 bikes to be that much better. And with the extra 600, we should not take long to get. Look at that, how fast we are filling up the storage. That's really nice. So let's get like a little, like, let's put a band-aid on it and get another wool thing, another wool sack. But more bikes are needed. What is this? This will bring it from 150 to 200 per cargo. Okay. I think it might be kind of necessary. Well, maybe one more bike will be better. 1,200, 4,000. Yeah, 4,000 is a bit steep as a price. We're basically maxed out. So right now we are in a decent equilibrium of like enough bikes to get the wool and sell it. Look at that. They're going up with the wool. They come down without it. They even come back. No, maybe that's a visual thing that they come back a little bit faster because they don't have the weight. But you know what? Scarecrows have been. I'm gonna get a buddy for my goose. Now we have 2 space goose. Maybe the next target is getting the free range Xeno permits. Tear down the tech fences and fill the rest of your property with sheep. Gotta get them permits. Expand the paddock another 386 spaces. Essentially, we're more than doubling our capacity. And I think we're gonna see these little fences go away, which is why I love this game, because like there's a little art or visual change for everything we do. Like, look at this. The fence is going away, and now we're going to start seeing sheep, I imagine. Look at that. Oh, the sheep was spawned out there. It's spawning out here, in front, in the back. Look at this. Like, this is the attention to detail that I love about this game. Let's also make the geese a little bit better. It was a cheap upgrade, I guess. And a wool silo. Look at this. Now we have like a little silo. There's even a little icon that shows up every time. What is that thing? What the fuck is that thing? Like, this game is made with love, very clearly. I have to, like, you cannot do something, like, you do not add this guy into the sky if you don't love the game you're making. Uh, let's get another wool silo. Now we have 900 kilograms. Is that enough for all the bikes to kind of like store up? Because the whole idea is like some of these are all bunched up, but if we have a big enough silo, it won't matter because they're not butchering things. They're not butchering each other's sales. Like they're not showing up with the silo being empty, I guess. And as we go to 600 sheep, we're going to get way more wool production. So I think just getting ahead of the issue and getting a little bit of extra silos and better bikes, that's just good enough to get ahead of the issue. Let's get the upgrades a little bit faster. What else? What else are we looking for? Well, the hogs are annoying. The game is saying that it's high losses. We're going to get instant recharge speed. Okay. Yeah, there's no... This is just instant. So we could theoretically max out. And you know what? We're going to try and max it out. Maybe there's going to be too many hawks. 33 hawks is a bit a lot, right? Should we save for a third scarecrow? We have 1,500. We need basically 3 times as much money to get there. Or we could get 50% more money. Not 50%. 33% more money. 50 cents extra. The extra money would probably get us there quicker. Maybe it's a little bit on the unnecessary things, but I think the extra money is always helpful. But I will get the third scarecrow before I get $2.50 though. That's a really big amount of money. Like these money upgrades are nice, and it's a lot cheaper than I thought it would get. Like we're not gonna. Oh, this is interesting. If we click, we get 2 clones instead of 1. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's get this thing. It was very quick to get to from 1,000 to 4,000 thanks to that. And now we're up from $1.50 initially all the way to $2.50. That's pretty good. That's pretty good if you ask me. Storage is still plentiful. You know what? I will not spend it on this just for now, but I will get the third scarecrow as soon as we can. That should be any second now. All right, third scarecrow. Are you going to help? You're repelling 15. That's not a lot. I am a little bit concerned. But what is this clone tower? Oh, it makes things cheaper. No. Improves the clone tower. Everything makes 2 clones instead of 1. So I think it applies to the scarecrows as well, right? Not scarecrows, but goose. Yeah. Look at that. I'm creating 2. They're making 2. And if we wait for $1,000, I think I'll make 4 and they make 2. Let me see. Yeah, we're making 4. They still make 2, but that's cool. I could get another one of these guys for 2,000. Maybe not necessary. Well, I don't know. Our silo has a lot of storage, so silo's not the issue. Selling is not the issue. It's kind of like having the sheep. We're almost at capacity, so like maybe our next target is getting to the expanded property line. But as I say that, look at that number starting to creep up. It's no longer going down to 0. It does make me concerned ever so slightly. We are almost at capacity, so I'm just gonna wait for this upgrade basically. I think we can like wait it out, so at least our goose are doing something, or geese are doing something. 9,500, there we go. 30K, I did not even realize it was 30K. So where the hell are we putting these sheep? Oh, look at that. There's like a little sheep out there. 5 million from 30K. Purchase the remaining properties in the region for fur paddock expansion. We can go up to 70,000 moon sheep. So we're on the moon, clearly. Okay, that's interesting. Let's get a bigger silo, and I think more bikes will be worthwhile. I mean, at this point, going from 7 to 8 is not the upgrade that I'm hoping it was. Maybe getting 4,000 would be the better one, because this only adds 150 kilograms of extra carrying. If I do this, it gives 50 to every single bike. So it adds, damn, I am getting so much worse at math. But for 350 kilograms of extra carrying. So it's basically worth as much as 2 bikes, give or take. So, okay, this big number up here, that's going to be hard to reach 30,000. That feels like a very far away target. In fact, I believe, you know what? We're going to stop the video when we purchase this regional buyout. We're going to buy it. We're going to put a nice little break there. But that's a far away target. I don't know. Smart wool silo. Okay, another wool silo. We got it. No, we said we're going to stop at 1 million. I think that's only right. Let's stop at 1 million. Big wool barn. Okay, we're going from silos to barns. They add 1,600. So it's doubling the storage. That would be nice. I don't, you know what? We're just going to get these clones. These clones right now are not the most essential thing. Right now, our main concerns are, well, maybe the hawks. Although, yeah, they're creating high losses, but it's not like we can really do much about it. The scarecrow is kind of pricey right now. I think storage is a bigger issue and selling is a bigger issue. We're barely holding together our ability to like get there, to like fill the demand, or fill the supply, I guess. Oh, look at this. There's a clone tower level. So create clones with a crazy machine, essential for any clone-based farm. 2 press. Oh, so this is basically our upgrade. And this gives us a discount for production. I don't think it's $6 is not a lot compared to the money we're handling, but I guess it's not bad. But you know what? Going from $2.50 to $4 per kilogram of wool sold, that's a big upgrade. That's a much bigger upgrade than having a 50-cent discount per clone created. And we'll buy it now, the discount. That's a really big boost in our money. Let's see how much. Okay, what is out here? Hip new hand campaign. We go from $4 to $6. Big rig technology. Oh, we're going to get a big truck to load buttload more wool in. This should solve your transport problems. A whole ton. So 1,000 kilograms in one truck. That's really good. I am interested. How much is it? 18,000. Okay. I think we could swing that, right? We should be able to. And we have a lot of storage, so we can probably handle the cargo with cargo bikes for now. We can always get a new silo, a barn. And look at this. The game put a nice barn out there. Look at this. There's sheep all over the place now that we're starting to see. This is what I'm talking about when I'm telling you guys about this game being different. This game has lots of very beautiful art. Like artistically, I don't think there's much that comes close to this game in terms of art direction. Like every single sheep, every single dumbass sheep is being animated somehow. Like we could look at any one sheep. I'm going to choose this one. That just moved. This one. Okay, it just moved. This one, and just like a little flickers, like all 4 of them are going to flicker. It's just very cool. I don't know. It feels like it's made with love. So the big rig comes by, picks up 1,000, and goes back home. That's not that big of an upgrade, really. Especially when we're looking at this kind of money, but not good enough. Is a clone, now it's a... Is it cheaper? No. What happened then? What did I even buy? $4. No, it is cheaper, for sure. We were paying $2.50, now we're paying only $2. And what does the next thing do? Experimental gelatin-based dessert that activates the clone button when charged. Button usage would charge with exploding jelly, creates the same amount of clones as manually pressing the clone button. Interesting, but we're going to go for the ad campaign. Let's go up to $6. Let's get some sheep here. We're at 1,100. Clearly, there's going to be way more upgrades to have to be devoted to the clone tower, whatever this jelly is, more space geese to just get that number to 30K. But I think we'll get to $1 million well before we get we filled the 30K quota. And these hawks are being a little bit annoying. Did you see that? He kind of stole some of my sheep. Look at these jerks. Look at them. They are actually stealing. Why don't I try to save up for the scarecrow? I know there's a big rig increase. What does it do? It doubles the speed. So that's nice. That is nice. How much does a big rig give us per trip? They give us 1,200. How much do you give us? 6,000. That's a big one. But I'm gonna go with the scarecrow. I don't care. I want the scarecrow. He repels 60 hawks now, and I believe it might have. Yeah, scarecrow slows hawk population growth. It reduced the main number. I think it was like in the 100 or something. All right, let's get one more sheep. I probably should have saved for the big rig because we paid 12,000 for that. I mean, let's get a bike. I got a bike, but we probably should have just saved for the upgrade because it was 12,000 for a bike when the big rig doubling speed upgrade would cost about 20,000. And actually soon there's a big rig. We can see it. I'm telling you, this game like puts so much effort. Like we can probably count like here's a big rig. It kind of matches exactly where it is on the map. I think there's very few games that do this, and I think this should be commended. That's why I wanted to showcase this game. I saw it on the store, on the Steam store. It's incredible. I believe it was free. I don't want to. Maybe it was a temporary sale, but I might be wrong. This game is just free. Like I'm pretty sure it's just free. You can get it today, and it's insane. It's insane what you get for a free game. Like the kind of love that this game gets. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the single biggest drawback of this game is that it doesn't give you any offline progress. This game only progresses if it's open on your screen basically. Well, I think it can be like closed, like in a separate tab, like kind of down, and you don't really see it on your screen. But at the same time, like it's only making progress for you if it's open. Right now, not an issue. The game has been giving us a lot of cool upgrades. We're doing a lot of cool stuff. But towards the end game, I think there's going to be very big cuts especially my third video, from the billion to the end game stuff. Well, maybe we're going to do today we're going to stop at 1 million. Then we're going to stop at 1 trillion. I think we can definitely do 1 trillion. And then, or billion, I don't know. We're going to think about it. We're going to play it by year next time, okay? And yeah, then it becomes a lot of a waiting game. So there's going to be many cuts that I'll have to make in the videos to make sure that, we don't just all sit around waiting here, because I'm definitely not going to be sitting around waiting. I'm going to probably stand up, go away, do that for a couple hours sometimes, because that's really going to be an issue. But for now, the game is, and you know what? Even despite that being a pain in the ass to some degree, I would still insanely highly recommend this game. Visually, I mean, look how this whole mountain right now is getting filled with sheep. Like all the mountains are getting filled with sheep. With every single upgrade, I can promise you there will be a new visual change to show how we are transforming this world, how we're transforming this moon. It's insanely cool. Okay, let's get this jelly. Exploding jelly. He's down here. We do 4, and he's about to explode, and he's gonna basically be the equivalent of one of our clicks. 4. There we go. We can make these guys a little bit better. 39,000. You know what? It's cheap enough that I'll get it. The big rig is 49,000. That should be the actual next upgrade. Aside from that, we can get a slightly better manual button. Sure, I guess. I really want better big rigs, because our wool is kind of like we're not selling it quickly enough. It tends to like max out, and if we're maxed out on wool, basically we're just kind of like sitting around wasting time, right? We kind of have to strike this balance between number of sheep, wool produced, and selling it. Marketing could be cool. It's going to bring it up to $10 per kilogram. That's a pretty decent, sizable upgrade. What is it? 25% upgrade. These increases have been like pretty nice, I would say. Alternate news, new leaps made in matter compression technology. That's probably how we're selling the sheep wool a little bit better. The big wool is going to carry, oh, this is a very big upgrade. They go from 2,500 to 4,500. That's a very big upgrade. Now, each big rig can essentially empty our stuff. So you know what? We empty the stuff. That means we start clicking a little bit harder. And make sure that we have more sheep that can fill out this storage a lot quicker now. That's the whole thing. And I think that's a good plan. Let's get this upgrade as soon as we can. 65,000. I wonder how much money we get from the big rig. We're not even selling a full big rig. 28,000. We're not even doing a full rig because like we're not getting 4,500 kilograms each time they stop. This guy's making it only to 2,700. So we need way more sheep now. More clone tower. 12. Yeah. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. 12 sheep per click. That's gonna like get us very quickly up there. We already went like quickly from like 2,000s all the way for 4,000. But ooh, that's also increasing the number of hawks. They're all the way to 300. They're being a pain in the ass. I'm hoping to see what. I'm hoping the game is gonna tell us how many we lost because of these hawks, just so I have an idea. Like, is it just a matter of losing a couple dozen that I get to click away and not worry about? Or is it more serious than that? 85K or 91,000? I don't know. Maybe a dome. Ooh, a wool dome. It will double the storage. You know what? Oh, wow. We started to... Another big rig is not bad, but at the same time, I think the issue is that we have too little storage for the amount of production we have. So even though the big rigs could potentially carry that, they're like all bunched together. So it's gonna be an issue because they're like, I need a big rig there now, but they're all here, so they kind of like going after an empty silo when they come back. So I think doubling storage would be good. What is it? 400,000? Not bad. Not bad. We'll get there. And we essentially just doubled the production because we were spam clicking a bunch. And because of our beautiful jelly and the little geese, space geese that help us out. That's good. Ooh, we could get a scarecrow upgrade. They can scare away up to 100 hawks instead of 60. Is it a way 100 hawks per scarecrow or 100 hawks total? Okay, we could get marketing or wool dome. I think the wool dome will give us a bigger benefit just because like storage has been the biggest issue. Like, yeah, I think we're not going to benefit as much from the marketing if we don't have the ability to store the wool and sell it at that higher price, right? Does that make sense? I think it does. I think we're all on the same page here. Damn, look at those scarecrows. Let's see if it tells us how many they stole. It's going to tell us up here. It actually tells us when they go away, but they're kind of like being shy about it. And then they're going to steal. Okay, bigger wool dome. Now we have up to 12 tons. Pretty good. Pretty good deal. Nice. It kind of like reset the counter in a way. I think we can go for marketing next. 200,000 doesn't seem that far away. Wow, we're still filling it up very quickly. Look at that. That should be 2 trucks, so that should be like 2 full cargoes. 36K each. That's really not bad, not bad. Not as much as I thought, but you know what? 36K for 5 trucks just going up and down. That's not a bad deal. And now we get the upgrade. Let's get more wool money. How much is that going to give us now? I don't know how much actually. And what do we do next? Do we buy one more wool dome? Do we wait for 1 million? There's a few options for sure. You know what? We're going to only get the scarecrow technology if it's like that cheap. But I think I'll get the wool dome. We're going to get the scarecrow technology. Right. Fine. Those guys, those hawks are annoying. And it seems that was 100 repels total. Not per scarecrow. All right. So Not necessarily as useful, but it's what it is. I think we're gonna get one more Iron Wool Dome upgrade. And look at this. You see, they're right here. That's very cool. They're kind of there. They're hanging out. We can see the upgrade we built literally on the screen. Yeah, let's get this upgrade. And then we're gonna go all the way to 1,000,000 and maybe do some clicks in between, help stuff progress. Add 6,400 wool storage, so 50% extra boost essentially. You know what? Let me give it a hand. Yeah, there's nothing wrong if we have a little bit extra production. 7,000 sheep. You know what? What if we aim for 10,000 sheep on this run? You know, another truck would go a long way. Yeah, we're aiming for 10,000 sheep. The number's up there. I think if we get to 10,000 sheep, I'll be a very happy farmer. And look at this guy. His chair is way bigger. When did he get that upgrade? I didn't see that one happen. He just, and if we look, like, my man's like getting some bling going. Like he's got that. He likes the drip. 245 sheep destroyed. So that's about 20 clicks worth. It's not something, monetarily, it's not bad. It's more like pain in the ass wise. That was like a lot of sheep that it took these little people to create, these little geese and jelly to form. So that's probably the main reason why I'm like, that's annoying. But we have 10,000 sheep. We hit our target. And we have space for one more Iron Wool Dome. There it is. And I think now at this point, how much is a big rig upgrade? 15 tons. I think we're gonna leave that one for next episode. There's a lot of cool upgrades, but we're gonna leave them for next episode. The target is now to get to $1 million. Look at those assholes. They stole enough sheep that they took me below 10,000. That's unbelievable. Oh, this is not dollars. This is moon money. So we're very clearly on the moon. If the idea that these were moon sheep, and here probably reference moon at some point, I imagine. And the fact that we have space geese, we're definitely in the moon. Look at that. They're stealing enough that they kind of push us below 10,000. That might be like a hard cap for us because there might be like too many hawks to handle the number of sheep population that we have. Interesting. Yeah, 600 sheep are being stolen by hawks. That's a lot. So we're going to have to work on that one with this sophisticated AI scarecrow. 350 hawks, that's about half of what they have. That's not bad. It kind of more than triples our ability to defend ourselves. I might not click anymore to get to 10,000 because I think we're at a point where we're just throwing money into the trash because they steal hundreds of sheep each time. So it's costing us, what is it? It's costing us $2 per sheep. So it's costing us like $500, $600 every time we click. It's not very a big issue in terms of money because we are working in the hundreds of thousands. But all right, we met our target for the episode, $1 million. We have $1 million, 10,000 sheep. Pretty good. We're going to stop it right here. And I think next episode, we're going to play it by ear, but we're going to try hit either a billion or a trillion. We'll see where it goes. But hey, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Those are all great ways that you can let me know they're enjoying this kind of content. I hope you enjoy it. I want to showcase what this kind of game can, how crazy it can get, what cool stuff it will do. Oh, look at that. What the hell? I didn't notice that there was a sun out there. But I hope you'll let me show the rest of this game with you. But in the meantime, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.